We'll resume picking up Mech Warriors at a later date. I am not dealing with a game that's going to constantly crash throughout the entire stream for today. So off to Admiral and Dreadnoughts we go. Back to making boats for literally everybody but ourselves. Jesus Christ. We're never going to be able to finish any of these ships that we have under construction for literally every other country because they keep. What? Oh, we're why are we invading Romania? Guys, we were gonna go. I wanted you to invade Czechoslovakia, not Romania. Why would you agree to this? Now I'm at war with Russia. That's fun. Hopefully that increases how much shipbuilding capability we have, or otherwise we're never we're never winning this war. We only have a handful of ships. Sure, Russia only also has a handful of ships, and we can dedicate all of our ships to one location, whereas Russia's spread out across multiple locations. Okay, so we might be fine. We'll be fine. We're at the max shipyard size of 87,000 tons. Can't really use it at the moment, but we're working on it. We're working on making ships that can use our max shipyard size as we constantly upgrade the darn thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. When aren't the Spaniards also in this war against Russia as well, considering the Spaniards are now our allies? Yeah, now Russia has a lot of people who hate Russia. They got the Spaniards. We got the Spaniards on our side, so yeah. As we wait for the turn to end. Anytime now. Any minute now. I would like to get the Russian oil fields, just so that way then we can steal some oil. Move my main fleet there. For the other fleet, move them over here. Don't know if the Russians will ever send anything to actually fight us in the Black Sea. How do we deploy mines? Oh, the fleets just come with the ability to deploy and sweep mines. All right, fair enough. We're gonna build another cruiser submarine. Yeah, I think something broke. I think something might have broke. I d- I don't know what, but something may have broke. Just a wee bit. Oh, there's a Russian fleet out there in the Atlantic. That's probably coming to try and deal with us here in the Black Sea. Nope, never mind. It's probably just off dealing with shenanigans in Germany or something. Where is the majority of the Russian Navy? Uh, in the Sea of Japan. They do have some ships up in the Baltic, but majority of their fleet is currently in the Sea of Japan. As for the submarine, you will be deployed to Spoleto, and we'll build another one We'll build one ocean-going submarine. Got the friendship, ship, and the ship. There we go. Totally creative names. I sure would love to get some more ships off the production table. Be very nice, you know, constructing my own ships. And this war with Russia is going to be very awkward. Because unless the Russians actually send a fleet to go deal with me in the Baltic Sea, they aren't really going to be able to do much. So we have earned no victory points against them. Honestly, since there's only submarines here, I can send this fleet out to actually go and attack the fleet that's out here. Yeah, I'm gonna send them to go deal with that Russian fleet. We're allies with the Spaniards, so the Spaniards should allow me to restock in their ports, so I should be able to attack them easily without any issues. And we'll leave our submarine here to harass the uh, the Black Sea. Just so that way then the Russians know who's in charge now. Jesus Christ, I'd like to build my own ships, please. Guys, please calm down. I want to be able to build my own crap. Oh, they're already halfway there. There are some very fast boys. I do have to make some longer range ships. Oh, hey, we finally got a meeting battle. We finally have a battle. First battle of the war. 2 heavy cruisers, 3 lights, and a group of destroyers versus practically half of the Austro-Hungarian Navy. Yeah, this should be an easy fight. This should be a relatively easy combat battle. Because unlike them, we have a battleship. We have 1 battleship to their 2 heavy cruisers. So yeah, we can... Ooh, different time of day. That's something I haven't seen in this game. Ooh, pretty. I completely forgot how to turn off the UI. I want to... I'm gonna take... I'm gonna look up quick how to do that. Well, that didn't work. There we go. I'll be saving that for later and probably turning it into the thumbnail for the rest of the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts campaign. Just throw that in my Discord DM of just all my crap that I throw into crap. All right, where is the enemy at? Out that way. Right, heavy cruisers, you fall in with the battleship. Light cruisers, you begin your own journey. Destroyers, I'd like you to scout as well. Since we know we're going up against lighter ships, just load the HE into the primary into our primary ammunitions. Alright, break the destroyers off. Destroyers did their job, break off. Battleship, take the group and turn hard. First combat engagement from the Austro-Hungarian Navy, and we're gonna make it count. Smoke up, boys. Those are torpedoes inbound. That's gonna hit. That's a hit. We lost one of our light cruisers already. That's not great. Alright, destroyers, you guys reform your formations. E2 here is just Tokyo drifting around their destroyer. There we go. I can live with a single light cruiser being lost if we can take out this fleet. Alright, all that remains is the light cruiser. Apparently there's two groups somewhere. One this way and one this way. Send you guys this way. You guys have radio detection? Yes, you do. You're gonna go this way. Because I would like to hunt down what's left of their fleet, if possible. Guys, spread it out. I have no idea why these two are so stuck together, but hopefully they'll get themselves sorted out eventually. That's a lot of torpedoes. I'd like to avoid that, please. And that was one strike. And the Kaiser's gonna take a strike too. I can live with one destroyer getting away. They destroyed two of our light cruisers, so I'm not entirely happy about that. One light cruiser would have been fine, two of them is kind of a bit overkill. But hey, we eliminated a portion of the Russian fleet. Not a large portion, mind you, but a portion. Bring you guys back over to Pula for repairs. Yeah, the Russians are now down to 22 ships. Means the war should be over relatively soon. How's the submarine construction going? Going great. Going great. Look look at just all of this. Look at all this. Just all these ships that aren't destined for any of our own navy. It's just all these are all Ukraine, Arabia, Ukraine, Poland, Ukraine, Arabia, Poland, Georgia, Ukraine, Poland, Georgia, Arabia, Poland, Ukraine. Like they are just coming to me for the fact that I sell random equipment and random equipment accessories. We just sell ships and ship accessories. Oh, we found the one destroyer straggler, didn't we? The one survivor who tried to get away. He must have tried to go to the Black Sea dockyard then. The Cheap has hunted down the Emirates. All right. Don't know why you hunted them down, but if you really are dedicated to getting that revenge, Cheap, I'm not going to stop you. Southwest. She's very banged up, but she's apparently willing to try. Whatever it is, it'll more than likely get the first shot off. The Chiefs don't have a good tower. They have a lot of stuff, but they don't have good towers. Oh, there it is. Immediately turning fire the next volley. Turn those guns around. Wait, can none of your turrets rotate? Okay, none of your turrets can rotate. That's good to know. Wish I had known that before we engaged. None of your turrets can actually engage the target. Wish we wiggle, wiggle. And now we have to run away. I am more than sure that the Cheap here did not suffer enough damage for all of its turrets to be knocked out, but apparently the game decided to stick us with a version of the Cheap that had all of its turrets knocked out. That's one thing I don't like about the prolonged damage. Kind of just sometimes decides straight up to screw you over. How fast can that thing go? 33.2. Alright, he outruns us. Yeah, we're gonna lose the Cheap because the game screwed us over. Fun. Literally can't turn at the moment because of all the torpedoes. Alright, we're gonna try and run. To be fair, running from that thing is near impossible. Only our torpedo launchers can turn. That's the annoying part. There we go. Get us out of here. That was stupid. That was just stupid. How long until this invasion of Romania is over and done with? Oh, we have more casualties, so not great. It's not going great. That's for sure. The Navy is slowly returning home. Our dockyard can only do so much. It's being told to output ships for so many different things. We're never gonna finish like any of our good stuff. What did we get? We got Mark II 15s, of course. Oh, Japan and Germany are now friends. Jesus Christ, Japan. 108 ships. Germany's actually increased up to 74 warships. Jesus Christ. I guess that's what happens when you build warships for yourself and not all of your allies. Which has been the only thing I've been doing, just building more warships for all of my allies and not for myself. I have literally only built like one battleship for myself and maybe a cruiser or two, and that was it. That's all we built. That was literally like the only ships we've constructed for ourselves since we got our starting fleet. Since then, we have really not done much. I have money to spare. We have not committed any war crimes. Let's see. How are you guys doing on repairs? Taking a bit. Oh, they're dispatching one of their submarines. How much of the fleet's able to deploy? None of them. None of them can be deployed. All right. We'll move one. We'll move a cheap and a Rennie to go and intercept the submarine coming out of Norovosky. I more than likely butchered that, but I don't want those subs escaping the Black Sea. Sinking them is the best way to do it, or at the very least, scaring them into staying in their port. Why, Georgia? The friendship okay? Hooray! We did it. We defeated the submarine, I guess. How long until these are done? 4 more months. Oh, another Russian sub. Oh, that's actually a fairly large Russian sub fleet. You guys done being fixed yet? Mostly just the destroyers. Fair enough. dispatching you guys to go and intercept that. You know what? Never mind. You guys are going to stay in port. You guys go home. Go home. Go home. Okay, I can't cancel movement orders apparently. That's fun. All right. We got an entire Russian battle group heading to Japan. Uh that is not great. Oh, their submarines trying to break out of the Black Sea again. Well, the friendship is very slowly beating up this other submarine. All right, we're gonna move you guys back over to Pula. You are going to move to Pula, and we're gonna check the status. I wish I could deploy ships that were still under repair, but we can't. We can't even we can't do anything about that battle. I could deploy the fleet here to intercept. We have a chance. Move you boys to go and assist. Move you boys to go and assist. Just anything that can get over here in the Eastern Mediterranean, we're moving in. Any form of support I can get for the Eastern Mediterranean. This battle is going to be a close one. As I try to summon as many ships as possible for it. They managed to get past us. That means we'll have to move down here to try and catch them. That'll be effort and a half. Alright. Gonna leave you in the Black Sea here just to harass the Russians' ability to do anything. And we're gonna see if we can catch the Russian fleet before it's able to leave our region of influence. Because I would very much like to catch and destroy the Russian fleet. However, they have gotten away. Yeah, we're not catching up to that. Where are they going? They're heading up here. So we might actually have a chance of catching some of them. Yeah, they're going to be moving into the Arabian Sea out here. So we're going to head on over here and we're going to try and catch them. Who's available to come and try and reinforce? Nearly everybody. All right. Everybody in the main fleet's on their way to try and catch up to join in the pursuit of the Russian Navy. We might manage to catch them. Alright, we are literally on the line for them for where they're moving. So if we don't catch them, I'm gonna be kind of surprised. Come on, give me a mission for it. They are literally right there. Literally standing in their path. Okay, there we go. We have 2 battles, actually. That's a bit surprising. Oh, one of their fleets actually doubled back. Okay, this should be a fairly good battle for us. It's just a battle cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a light cruiser versus our battleship, heavy cruiser, light cruiser, and some destroyers. Enemy spotted to the southeast. Breast formation, boys. Oh, we spotted the enemy. Let's turn. How far range are your torpedoes? Dear God, 9.1 kilometers. That's not bad. That is definitely the battle cruiser. And they are very much trying to protect this battle cruiser. More than likely, they want to use it for the Baltic Fleet. I mean, not the Baltic Fleet, the fleet in the Sea of Japan. To fight the Japanese with. Or they are probably now coming to the realization that they will not be able to get this this ship out of here. We will not allow it. increase the fire rate on your secondary weapons, I want that heavy cruiser gone. Turn. 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 All guns open fire. Thank you for the follow, Sleepy Tony. That's fine. Alright. The Penza put up a good fight, but she is outmatched. Now it's time to finish off her escorts. Oh dear god, you guys accidentally ran into an enemy destroyer. Focus fire on that. 'Oh, this light cruiser is annoying. Hitting us with torpedoes after torpedo. Secondary should be able to rip her apart, though. How are the destroyers doing against that random destroyer they found? Did they sink? I think they sunk it. That or it's hiding. I don't know. One of the two. We'll find out. We'll find out when those destroyers eventually turn around. 10.1-inch guns on a heavy cruiser, and they're only single barrel configuration. An interesting design, to say the least. Oh, there we go. Now the main guns can help with destroying the light cruiser. One volley of the Pudding's main armament should be able to destroy that thing fairly easily. Also, our crews are already up to season. That's nice. Spending the extra money on keeping your crews trained is always good to have. Because a trained crew is a lot better than any non-veteran crew. Yep, we got the enemy destroyer. Russians aren't getting away with that one. They are not going to be happy to find out that the Austro-Hungarian Navy sunk them in on their way to Japan. Alright, now for the second battle. Okay, trade error. Oh. How is the cyber... Okay, cyber, where are you actually deployed? Alright, you're deployed over here, aren't you? Yeah, you're over here. How'd you get over... Magical teleportation powers. Alright, we'll send your boys back home. Because you did your job. You boys back to the Black Sea to go deal with Romania. And as for this battle here, they have 4 underwater torpedo tubes, where we have 8-inch guns. Alright. Cyber versus the Salva Rosi. I more than likely butchered that, but it's a heavy cruiser on heavy cruiser action. Switch secondaries to aggressive fire. Let's see where he is. The RDF says he's somewhere over here. I would be surprised if he wasn't trying to approach me at high speed. There he is. Yeah, he's heading straight dead on. Which is good for us, because then we can turn broadside. He's only got one gun that can face forward. Well, a couple of guns that can face forward, but one gun that's really effective that faces forward. So let's pound him with everything we got. Where does Cyber have 0 armor? Oh yeah, the 3-inch turrets. I feel bad for whoever has to man a 3-inch turret. You do not have a fun time. Yeah, they are very much on fire and not having a fun time. I will say their bigger 10.1-inch gun is definitely doing a lot more damage to us than I thought it would. That's torpedoes. Full turn. We have so many rounds of ammo on this thing. Yeah, Cyber's gonna be back in port for a while repairing, but Selva is not making it out of here alive. Oh, and she's constantly being flooded. Yeah, there she goes. Hopefully this will bring the Russians to the negotiation table. Doesn't look like it. As for my navies, they're just going to be deployed to either repair or deal with just some random Russians that are still lying around. Sure, the Japanese can take care of what's left of the Russian fleet as it heads towards the Sea of Japan, especially after we kind of clipped the Russian Navy's wings as they passed through the Red Sea. I should really check to see how big of a fleet Georgia has at this point because we've been building so many ships for Georgia. I don't know where they get the money, but they get the money, and then they're always showing up saying, "Hey guys, look at all this money. We want to buy even more stuff." All right, let's try to get Britain and the USA off of our backs because Britain does not look like they want to like us right now. So let's very much try to fix that problem because I do not want to have to deal with a very angry Britain. I don't think anybody wants to deal with a very angry Britain, especially in naval warfare. Like, Jesus Christ, look at the list. Look at the list. Just all these ships that aren't even for my own navy. Like, we haven't even finished, like, any of these ships. Like, we have so many ships that are just suspended for construction because we can't get the equipment to actually fit them for combat. Because all of our resources are currently spent dealing with Russian related things and also sending new equipment off to everybody else. So we're going to move the last of our submarines off to go and deal with the Russians in the Black Sea a bit more. Because now we have three submarines, might as well use them to harass the Black Sea's ability to conduct trade. Because I want to gain control over southern Russia. It'd be a nice thing to have. Anyway, how's our invasion of Romania going? Lots of people have died. That's to be expected. I was hoping we'd take out either Serbia or maybe Galicia, also known as Slovakia, or at least Bohemia. One of these guys. Not. I didn't think we'd be going after Romania, but we're going after Romania while we're at war with Russia. I want control of southern Russia. I need the oil. One good thing is that our GDP is still going up. I think. Also, we'll have a crap load of money in reserve for when we're done with that. Uh, I don't even think once we upgrade our max shipyard size, we're still gonna have enough shipbuilding capacity. Like we've been slowly increasing our shipbuilding capacity, but dear God, the construction of so many ships, all the repairs, there's just so much. Georgia has 19 destroyers now. Ukraine has 3 battle cruisers, a heavy cruiser, and 3 destroyers. Arabia now has a heavy cruiser, 2 destroyers, 3 heavy cruisers actually, and 3 destroyers. And who was oh yeah, I forgot. We're friends with Poland now, and Poland now has a battleship, a light cruiser, and a destroyer. I built their battleship. I know they I know they got the destroyer from Italy, I think, and then they got their no, they got their destroyer from France, and then I think they built the light cruiser themselves because I don't remember building a light cruiser for them. So yeah, we built Poland a battleship. We are just weirdly arming. Okay, Lithuania has 2 battleships and a battle cruiser. The world's really these minor nations are really pulling some weird money out of their rear ends to get bigger major powers to start funding their navies. Oh, that's a Russian battleship, and it's retreating. Ooh, this could be a target of opportunity. Who's not damaged? Okay, everybody's still damaged. You guys can move, so I'm gonna actually reposition you guys down here to intercept that Russian battleship. While I have my submarines here engage in restricted submarine warfare. I should probably build a few more submarines just to be able to send out to further out locations like the Black Sea. Because we currently only have 3 submarines and they're all deployed to the Black Sea. Oh hey, we got increased crew salvage. Oh, it's a good thing we're at war with Romania then. Well, we're about to wipe out Romania, I think. I hope. Right, we're gonna leave these guys positioned here. And any of you guys fixed yet? Just a destroyer. Okay. You've already yeah, that's more than that's the British fleet. I want to look at the Russian one. Yeah, they only have 2 light cruisers and a battleship. I'm pretty sure 3 heavy cruisers, 5 light cruisers, and 9 destroyers can easily deal with that. Yeah, I think the Russian Navy is now fleeing from Japan, or at least trying to. Oh, now there's a German submarine battle group down here in the Black Sea. Uh, oh, hey, we captured Romania. We did it, boys. We gained a territory. All right, I welcome to the democratic country of Austria-Hungary, Romania. We've got no idea what we're doing here, but we're doing something. We're definitely doing something. Jesus Christ, the casualties. Well, at the very least, now that we gained Romania, we should eventually get access to oil. Hopefully. Another cruiser submarine, select port, Admiral, the Mend ship. Only reason I'm building more submarines is because they're the only ships I can pump out easily, even though our dockyards are overflowed. Oh, we have a submarine engagement. I'm surprised we didn't manage to catch that Russian fleet as it tried to pass through the Suez, but maybe the British weren't too happy with the idea of us just spawn camping the Russians. Guys, please stop buying ships. I like the money, but dear God, stop. I'm gonna see if I can catch that Russian fleet before they manage to get away. Because I would like to get another Russian battleship kill for my belt. But okay, that is several submarines against one of mine. Let's see. Crew training, train, cadets, 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 and cadets. We'll see how well that goes. More than likely, it's not going to go well. Never mind, it went surprisingly well. It went surprisingly well. You'd be surprised at how well that went. Yeah, these guys aren't going to be able to catch that fleet. I'm going to move you over here instead, back to the Black Sea, so you can provide security. Additional security against enemy movements in the region. Don't know when we can finally declare a ceasefire with the Russians. If we'll ever be able to declare a ceasefire with the Russians. We're kind of just awkwardly standing here. Yeah, now they're losing large amounts of crap. Yeah, their submarines have immediately fall back to Novorossiysk. Yeah, I'm assuming it takes a bit for these ports that you capture to eventually be able to be used. These guys ready yet? And the Slasberg is still under repairs. Like seriously, look at this. Look at this. I need to finish some of these other ships I have building for my navy. Take a look at that. 79% done. 9 months production. Alright, I'm gonna resume you just to get you finished. You're so close to being finished. I just want to get a ship done. Like, at this rate, I'm gonna have to start postponing some of these other projects. Oh, nope. Can't postpone them. Have to finish. Oh, we can actually cancel construction, cancel the sale, and just take the ship for ourselves. That's an interesting thing that we can do, but unfortunately for us, we are not doing that. We are very nice. We present quality in our products, and we are reliable. Of course, Russia found more oil. Well, now that the really you guys aren't done fixing up yet. Fine. Just deploy. Get over there. Kind of just need additional ships in the region anyway. I just want a large amount of additional warships in the region just to help secure southern Russia. Oh, all right. These guys should be within range of the support zone, so yeah, they should be able to assist in the landings. I don't know if submarines count towards naval invasion tonnage. I'm gonna move you closer anyway, though. Seriously, you guys aren't done yet? I need my battleship over there, but my battleship is not fixed yet. How did it suffer additional damage? I could have sworn that the only thing in that port that was damaged was our that point was our destroyer. I need these ships because this naval invasion still doesn't have the needed tonnage. Without my battleship, it can't get that tonnage. One more month on the Slasberg, 4 more months on the pudding. Get that back into service. Probably just move you into range as well, just to get a little extra tonnage into the naval invasion. Oh, hey, the shipyard finally got upgraded again. We're now at 110,000 available max shipyard size. Please stop buying stuff. We can now we now have a building capacity of 206,000 tons. We're still severely over that. I mean, it helps, but not much. Right, Slasberg, you need to move over here and join up with the rest of your battle group. Yeah, we got the entirety of Novorossiysk. It's like surrounded with naval warships. Like they ain't getting out of there. Those submarines are not getting out of that port. Oh, the Slasberg has actually been forced into a battle, and she sunk two of the submarines. Please tell me she's done. She's not done. 2 more months. At this point, the only reason I'm upgrading my shipyard is so that way then I can actually keep up with all the orders. Gosh darn it. Of course we didn't win. Why? Why can't you move? You're done being fixed, aren't you? 1 month? Really? 0% damage left? Let's just keep Novorossiysk surrounded for the time being. It's surrounded at the very least. They can't really do much. Then we'll launch another invasion of southern Russia. Politics, naval invasion, southern Russia. Yes. Yeah, that's not going to go well for the 13. Yep. They are losing all their submarines to just our boys. Oh, the amount of tonnage we need in order to take it has gone down because their their submarines in the port were the only thing increasing how much defense the port had. So yeah, now they've lost pretty much all of that. And now with our battleship here, we pretty much can just take the port. We should be able to take this fairly easily now. Oh, and the Maverick's done. She's just getting her commissioning ceremony done and over with. That'll at least give us an additional warship to help with the invasion. Well, the N1 class submarine is attempting to make another breakout. Unfortunately for it, we have a lot of ships that are able to deal with such a horrendous war asset. Why is the Maverick now considered damage? Guys, come on, really? Oh, no, that's just because they decided to use the damage section for also the commissioning section. Great. Lovely. Fantastic. Amazing. Alright, let's resume construction on the Felix and the Vash and the Techno. Just so that way then we can get some of our new warships off the assembly line before they're considered outdated. And by off the assembly line before they're considered outdated, I mean off the assembly line of for our own navy, not for everybody that likes us, which is everybody. All our allies keep buying warships, and I just We just can't keep up with this. Like, we're slowly decreasing how much tonnage we are spending, but it only keeps getting bigger, I swear. To improve relations with the, British, because 'cause I'd like to avoid a conflict with the British. The Maverick should hopefully be available soon to join in on assisting the naval invasion, hopefully, because I would like to gain control over southern Russia. Masses of dissatisfied pacifist protest and block the roads. Hmm. Well, we do have money. Please stop buying stuff. Seriously. Alright. The Maverick's gonna move to join up with the other fleet. So yeah, that should help finish up the last of the resistance in southern Russia. Oh, we got Mark II 16-inch guns now. Still not good enough for my taste, but definitely better. Oh, Tasmania became independent. Good for Tasmania. Oh, hey, the men's ship's done. Where did I station you? You're at Cataro. I don't want to send you up there just to harass the Russians up there. Restricted submarine warfare. I don't want you doing something stupid to get us in trouble. Oh, France is conducting a counterattack against the Germans. Good for France. Good for you. No! What do you mean where did the Russians get so many victory points? What do you mean we failed getting control over southern Russia? Again? Really? This is where really? Jesus bloody Christ. Moving you guys in even closer. Now we have surplus extra tonnage for the invasion. Can't believe we're being held back by our own ground forces not being able to take the darn port. I don't even think there's a technology in the research tree to increase your chances of success on naval evasions, is there? Why are we losing so many men on like the initial landing? End ship and the return ship. Am I starting to make up words? Yes. Our submarines will have the dumbest names in the Navy, but they will have names. Like, look at the casualties. How are we not winning this? We have the we have the tonnage. You're telling me there's more than just the tonnage in order to win? More naval invasion. More naval invasions of southern Russia. Even more of them. Just as many as we can land in southern Russia. We're landing in southern Russia. Many of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Of course, now they decide to want to do a peace treaty after, our several failed invasions. They decide now they want to do a peace treaty. Darn Russians. Actually, I should probably check. Is there something to increase? Really, there's nothing to increase invasion efficiency. Thanks, game. It is entirely just randomized, and none of my allies want to help. I have done so much for Georgia and Ukraine. Neither of them want to help in the invasion of Russia. It's nice to know that you guys are great friends. I'd rather just get the -5 to unrest. need to win this naval invasion. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Get it together here. We have way more than enough tonnage. It should be an easy cakewalk, I think. I've kind of given up on how the naval invasion system in this works. Because now we have more than enough ships for the naval invasion, but apparently we still don't have a snail's chance of winning the battle. I think that's a little bit unfair. I do think that if you do have the required naval tonnage and are exceeding the required naval tonnage by quite a bit, like an entire 100,000, you should have a fairly high guarantee that that battle will conclude in your victory and not screw you over like I have been twice now. Ship is up against two more enemy submarines. Did some damage, caused them to retreat. How's the oh, the men's ship's up in up here now. Now she's just harassing the Russians up there. How long till the other submarines are done? 5 months respectively. Felix will be 25 months construction. The Vash will be 21 months. The Techno also 21 months. It's just taking us forever to succeed at this war. We are now launching two naval invasions at the same time. I don't know if the game was meant to handle this, but dear God, we're trying. Really? Again? Seriously? We have the needed tonnage. Why are we losing? Rally up another force for another invasion of southern Russia. Why is Germany friends with Finland? Also, now they have. Oh wait, no. Did they always have? Who else? Who had Colombia originally? I think France had Colombia. China added Persia to its collection. Japan still has Romania. Does Romania still exist somewhere? No, they uh, they don't exist anymore. And I don't know what to tell you. That don't know how to tell you this, but Ukraine stopped existing, my guy. You need to calm down. But anyway, Ukraine now has a large navy, not a very large army, but a large navy. Jesus Christ, these naval invasions. Like the Russian fleet doesn't even like exist anymore other than their five battleships, and I've lost track of where those five battleships have gone. Jesus Christ, fine, Poland. Think it. Light damage. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the British from engaging in the war. Don't want them doing anything to try and ruin the good thing we got going here. Can I continue building? Nope. Our battleships are now considered out of date, which means the ships we have in production are the only ones we're ever gonna finish. We're having a fun time here in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, trying to navally invade southern Russia. If we just keep pouring troops into the battle, eventually we will win. Eventually we'll win. That's the key there. We will eventually win. Really? For God's sake. More naval invasion. Why was it so easy for Japan, but for us it's like fighting tooth and nail just to gain control over this stupid port. We're still so far over tonnage. Politics. Already have a naval invasion going, so we can't try to make the British like us a bit more. The British don't like me for some reason. Oh, hey, the Japanese finally decided to come down to the Mediterranean. I assume to come and destroy some of the Russian ships that are still alive. Like, Jesus Christ. Of course. Of course. Of bloody course. Of bloody course. They just stole the whole fleet. There's that has to be the I hate this game now. No offense, but if you are over tonnage for the invasion, it should practically be guaranteed for a win with a slight chance of a defeat. All of those invasions were defeats. Every single one was a loss. All of them. That was unfair. That was extremely unfair. Wish I had made a previous save. Because now we have to do all of this all over again. But this time, we ain't launching no naval invasion because apparently that mechanic only works for the AI. Because for me, it's just let's oh, I don't know, screw him over every single time, even though he has the required tonnage and is actually over the required tonnage. Oh no, never mind. Oh wait, nope. Okay, where is this save? Oh, this is after the war's over. Okay, yep. Never mind. The save's just ruined. Fine. They took everything. Those jerks took everything. All of our destroyers, all of our cruisers, leaving us with just a battleship and a pair of destroyers and all of our submarines. I Yeah, this is where we're ending today's save. This is where stream ends today. I'm not I why that was not fair. That was not fair in the slightest. Literally, I could understand why it failed the first time. I didn't have the required tonnage. Fair enough. That was on me. Every other battle, oh, I have the required tonnage. over the required tonnage. Nope, still can't win the battle. Why? I guess they just rolls a dice and says no. And every time it just rolled it and said no. That's not fair. That's not good game design, in my opinion. I get that this is still in beta and that the invasion system's new, but that's just stupid. That is a stupid mechanic that it doesn't at least give you a high chance of succeeding the naval invasion if you're over the tonnage requirement. Because all those naval invasions failed. We had the required naval tonnage, failed. And the thing is that it gives you so much negative war score that you can pretty much end up losing an entire war even though you've bested the enemy navy, you've done everything right, you can lose the entire war just because of a naval invasion. That's honestly game ruining in my opinion. Sorry for the rant on that, but dear God, that just it doesn't help the fact that Mech Warrior wasn't working earlier and decided to keep crashing on us. So now I'm just not a very happy person at the moment. So I'm just going to send you guys off to somebody else, and hopefully they can entertain you far better than my currently not happy rear end. There we go. All right, we'll be back Saturday with something. I don't know what we'll be back with. Maybe more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I'll We can try to salvage the save, but honestly, that incident has kind of soured my want to continue that save. Because that's just. Alright, I'm gonna check real quick. Help, ship, where's war? Where's naval invasions? Naval invasions, naval invasions. Fully control when they want to make the naval invasions. All they have to do is mass a large number of tactical ships in the navy. Naval invasion triggers land battles each turn if you have some ships to transfer troops. Eventually, after some turns, the invasions may end in a failure or succeed, and the province becomes yours. See? What kind of. That's just stupid, in my opinion. That is stupid. It shouldn't be up to complete random chance if you win or not if you have the available tonnage. And if it's up to complete random chance, you shouldn't give the enemy 10,000 points to work with it. But anyway, thank you for all for sticking around to the end. Enjoy the person I'm sending you off to. Goodbye.